and that feels like something that I could test out on a whatever, anything goes week.
Yeah, it's kind of been how I've been working. Like, well, I'll play a long game, a short game, and then just kind of like whatever.
As of this recording, I'm working on Mass Effect. I think I've done about 2 weeks worth of it so far.
Mass Effect again, because the first time your computer exploded.
Yep. Also, I figured out how to use a webcam, so that's kind of interesting. Sure, why not?
Got my Unibel, Alan Wake. I forgot what else I was playing before.
Yeah, I did pretty much all of Yakuza 0.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was Streets of Rage. That was what was going on between them.
Yeah, Streets of Rage.
Well, Streets of Rage 2. Although we did obviously play Streets of Rage 1.
But we had audio issues, so it didn't.
Audio issues on this show?
It's practically a rite of passage.
It's like if we're not having audio issues, something has gone horribly wrong.
Yep, something has gone horribly wrong if things don't go horribly wrong.
That's how you know. No.
Aw, man! The wind-up on that move is something else, let me tell you.
Kinda, yeah. Especially now. I expected another Hulk Hogan, so I'm like, roll! Still works. Watch out. I was kind of sitting here thinking, like, I remember when Joe Higashi wasn't, like, kind of a joke character, the Dan.
I don't really see him like that. He's goofy, but I wouldn't call him the Dan.
I don't think they really have a Dan.
Yeah.
They just kind of, like, treat him similarly to Dan. The difference is he's still an effective character.
Yep. Well, isn't Dan still an effective character?
Kind of, but he's clearly
I was
like...
saying, are you telling me Dan's not? Because I'm pretty sure he is.
But
in fact, I thought that was kind of the joke, is that he looks like he shouldn't be a serious character, but he is.
He's, like, still bottom tier, though. Like, both story-wise and, game-wise.
I just remember in, when Street Fighter 4 was a thing, and someone just had a video, and just clowned on people with Dan. It was great.
I remember I tried to do this when we played, Puzzle Fighter.
Yeah.
And it did not work out.
No. Man, it's a shame that Puzzle Fighter, the mobile game, turned out to be such a mess.
But not terribly surprising.
Yeah. I mean, there was some fun to be had, but just it was a little too exploitive.
Like, if they made it, like, a downloadable title and maybe, like, drop the gacha shit.
But they weren't gonna get rid of the gacha shit, because that's the whole point. It's a free mobile game. They've got to have gacha shit.
And also maybe, like, fixed up the art style a little bit.
Yeah, I see where they were going with it, but it didn't work.
Like, it just looked... Everybody looked kind of like this weird, freakish... Like... a super deformed monstrosity. Like, I know it was because that's what they did with Puzzle Fighter, but... that would work much better than, if they went with a more, like, cartoony style than this ugly-ass clay thing they've got going since... Well, I guess it kind of started in Street Fighter 4. I'm not sure why Capcom is so obsessed with that, but
With what?
this weird kind of ugly clay look they have.
Oh.
Although I guess in a way, EXler is kind of doing it too, but everybody's a bit more proportional.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than like Roid Nightmare.
Yeah, actually, I was talking about the animation stuff I was looking at. The same guy that did that, the one on Rock Howard, complained about how they changed Ed's look when they made him a playable character.
It's true.
And how his costume makes no sense. Like he's got this cape and it like obscures everything he does, and they just let the physics engine handle the animation for it instead of keyframing it and actually doing it, you know, like Rock's jacket is.
Yeah.
So like the result is that half of what he does gets obscured, and the guy's he's a puncher. He's, you know, Balrog's dude, so he has a lot of boxing in his fighting style, and so his upper body is constantly obscured, and it just makes it even. It was just a mess. Which is a shame because there's a lot of really neatly designed characters in the game at this point.
Yeah, I actually really liked Ed's look before. They're like, yeah, this whole Neo Shadow thing.
Right, and he looked distinct from everybody else.
Because he was like a
Now he just
gangly
looks
punk
goofy.
kid.
Yeah.
Now he's, well, not. But all I can say is he's not a gangly punk kid anymore.
No, he's just a dude.
He's just a punk kid now. Well, I guess more just a punk. My favorite part about Ed, though, is, like, apparently Balrog's an excellent father figure.
Yeah. Even though he basically got him just to be, just to use him.
And then he was like, hey, I actually like this kid. This kid's okay.
Mm-hmm. What's interesting is that he's one of the clones that Bison was going to use. Like, he's basically from the same level as Seth and Abel.
And kind of sort of Cammy, not really clear on that still.
Yeah. Well, from what I understand, Cammy and the dolls are the ones that they were going to use, he was going to use in the Alpha era. They're like the first wave. And the ones that... What are his finishers anyway? I have no idea what his supers are. Oh, there's one.
Right into it. High velocity.
Oh, man.
My big question about Street Fighter is, like, why are so many of Bison's clone bodies ladies?
It's kind of weird.
It's like, dude, if you have this kind of technology, just, like...
Not only are his clones ladies, his good side is a lady, Rose.
Bison, like, lashing out at the world for any particular reason? Is there some baggage there, perhaps?
Maybe.
Like, dude, you have the tech, just transition and be done with it.
Yeah.
Don't take it out on everybody else.
Bison, toxic masculinity. That's an interesting theory there.
Wait, isn't that Fang? That guy nobody fucking likes?
What? Say what now?
I was gonna say, isn't that Fang? Literal toxic masculinity?
I don't think... I'm not sure that's the kind of toxic we're talking about.
Yeah, it's just that nobody...
Oh, I rolled right into that.
nobody liked Fang. Like, he's the least picked character in the game, last I heard. Couldn't have happened.
He's kind of hard to use correctly. Like, you basically have to be a troll to play properly with him.
Which, in a way, feels kind of fitting.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I don't like his character design. Like, the whole Chinese garb thing, totally fine, but that weird, like, literally being a pole with the weird, like, they did that thing in Photoshop where they were scaling, but they squished his face in horizontally and then stretched it vertically.
I actually don't mind it because, like I said, especially in a game like Street Fighter 5, like where you said there are lots of muscular characters, he's not. He stands out from all the others.
Just
so there's that.
Perhaps not in the best way. At least I think the next character they release is G, so I finally get to figure out what his fucking deal is.
This character is who?
G.
Oh, G.
Other than
the dude who looks like Greg from Bloody Roar.
Other than being like a single letter named character that is not Q. They'll do some bullshit. It's like, yeah, he's totally Q before he got turned into Robot Detective K.
That'd be hilarious.
And then I will throw my controller through my TV.
But isn't that what you wanted, Alex? You wanted Q, right?
Yeah, but
there's Q.
I didn't wish on a monkey paw. It was supposed to be a genie lamp. You're not supposed to take advantage of my feelings. That's just mean. Fucking Billy, how the hell is your shit work again? Okay, that's a Shoryuken motion. That's right. That's kind of right.
Yep. Boy, I don't remember how any of Tong Furu's supers work, but I seem to be doing okay without them.
Still have nightmares about Tong Fu in Fatal Fury 1. Playing that in the arcade. It was like, well, I have to fight Tong, so I guess I'm done playing. The game sure seems to think I'm done playing. Mostly because, like, there's no fucking counter to him in that.
The counter is get good, son.
And somehow somebody at SNK was like, yeah, this was fine. I don't see anything wrong with this.
They call them SNK bosses for a reason.
Except he wasn't a boss, he was just a regular fighter.
There's one of them, I guess.
This Master Roshi nonsense.
It's kind of weird that he's literally not like Master Roshi anymore. He actually changes it up a little bit.
Like, the only real Master Roshi Redmond is the fact that he has the big burly projection.
Mm-hmm.
So, Striker, are you gonna buy SNK heroines?
Maybe.
I've considered it briefly.
It really depends on whether or not. It depends on how much is it like more of like a party game or is it like an actual fighting game. If it's more like an actual fighting game, I might actually get it.
Like I kind of considered it for a little bit because I'm like, well, it's an SNK fighting game, and I want SNK to stay in business again. But that has its limits.
Yeah.
Because like every piece of artwork for that game is like, this person is clearly uncomfortable with this outfit they're wearing, and it's totally not weird and creepy at all.
Yeah.
Except
that's
it
the thing
is.
that kind of weirds me out a little bit. Whoop.
It is 300% weird and creepy. All I hope they do is they make the boss of the game Miss X again. I would be like, yes, perfect. Optimal results. You want me to give you a moment to get the swing of him again?
Well, I don't think I ever used him more than a little bit before. He was only ever in like 2 games.
I actually think he was only in... Actually, I think it was 11. That was it.
He was in 11 and he was in 12, I think, as well, actually.
He was not. They had a sprite
You sure?
for him. They had a sprite for him, but it was a single one from what I saw.
Oh, that's right, because they couldn't make him work.
Yeah. Which is a
It's the
shame.
big one.
Like how for some reason they couldn't make Edelhud work either. He's salty as shit about that until they put him back in the game.